Arctic governance analyzing the foreign policies of Arctic states and non-Arctic actors. The Arctic region, once considered a remote and isolated area, has gained significant geopolitical importance in recent years. This presentation will explore the complex web of foreign policies, climate change impacts, and resources extraction challenges that shape Arctic governance. The geopolitical significance of the Arctic region. Strategic location. The Arctic's location at the top of the world, with its potential for new shipping routes and access to natural resources, has made it a focus of global interest and competition. Emerging opportunities. Climate change has led to the melting of Arctic ice, opening up new opportunities for resource extraction, transportation, and economic development in the region. Territorial claims. The 8 Arctic states, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and the United States, have competing territorial claims and interests in the region, leading to complex diplomatic negotiations. Climate change and its impact on the Arctic governance. Melting ice caps. The rapid melting of Arctic ice due to climate change is altering the region's delicate ecosystem and opening up new areas for resource extraction and shipping. Biodiversity loss. The changing climate is threatening the survival of iconic Arctic species such as polar bears and walruses, and disrupting traditional ways of life for indigenous communities. Shifting geopolitical dynamics. The environmental change in the Arctic are reshaping the geopolitical landscape, leading to increased competition and potential conflicts among Arctic and non-Arctic states. Foreign policies of Arctic states, priorities and strategies. First, territorial sovereignty. Arctic states are focused on asserting their territorial sovereignty and exclusive economic rights in the region, leading to increased military presence and infrastructure development. Economic development. Arctic states are pursuing policies to harness the region's natural resources such as oil, gas, and minerals, as well as new shipping routes and economic opportunities. Environmental protection. Some Arctic states are also emphasizing the importance of environmental protection and sustainable development, balancing economic interests with conservation efforts. Non-Arctic actors in the Arctic: interest and involvement. China's expanding role. China, a non-Arctic state, has been actively involved in the region, investing in infrastructure projects and seeking to secure access to Arctic resources and shipping routes. European Union's engagement. The European Union, through its Arctic policy, has sought to play a more prominent role in Arctic governance, focusing on environmental protection and sustainable development. Asia-Pacific actors. Other non-Arctic states such as Japan, South Korea, Singapore have also expressed interest in the region, seeking to participate in economic and scientific activities. Indigenous people's voice. Indigenous communities in the Arctic have long-standing connections to the region and are advocating for the protection of their traditional ways of life and the environment. Multilateral cooperation and governance frameworks. Arctic Council, an intergovernmental forum, serves as primary platform for cooperation and decision-making among 8 Arctic states and various indigenous organizations. International agreements. Several international agreements such as United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and the Paris Agreement provide a framework for addressing environmental and security issues in the Arctic. Emerging mechanisms. New governance mechanisms such as Arctic Economic Council and the Arctic Coast Guard Forum are being developed to address specific challenges and promote cooperation in the region. Challenges and tensions in Arctic governance. Geopolitical tensions. Competing territorial claims, strategic interest, and military presence in the region have led to heightened geopolitical tensions among Arctic states. Environmental degradation. The rapid environmental change in the Arctic, driven by climate change, pose significant challenges to region's delicate ecosystem and traditional ways of life, indigenous rights and representation, ensuring the meaningful participation and protection of indigenous communities in Arctic governance remains a critical challenge, difficulty, resource competition. The pursuit of economic opportunities such as resource extraction and shipping has intensified competition among Arctic and non-Arctic states, increasing the risk of conflicts. And if we come to the conclusion and recommendations, strengthening multilateral cooperation, enhancing the role of and decision-making power of the Arctic Council and the other international frameworks to promote collaborative governance, prioritizing environmental protection, developing sustainable policies and practices to mitigate the impacts of climate change and preserve the Arctic's delicate ecosystem, protecting indigenous rights and livelihoods, ensuring the meaningful participation and representation of indigenous communities in Arctic governance and decision-making process, balancing economic interest and sustainability, striking a balance between economic development and environmental protection to ensure the long-term viability of the Arctic region. Our journey to the topic Arctic governance comes to end. Thank you for your attention.